Praise the Lord, saints. We are back yet again. Aren't you glad to see us? We're in the place, we're in the building, we're on the YouTube, we're on in your ears or in your car, wherever you're listening to us today. And welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Talisha. How you feeling about it?
We're back. Hopefully better than ever.
I think we are. I think we are. I think the Lord has
Definitely
done
better
a
than
work in us.
yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, this is he's bringing out great things. So yeah, we've been gone for a time. Our last episode was in May of 2022. That
Mm.
was a time. Okay, we had two guests on there talking about Christian dating, and that was a really good episode. The
It
saints were
was.
pleased. And so yeah, what we been at?
So, we've been here, we've been there, we've been a little bit everywhere,
Yeah.
but podcasting. Anywho, so, just for you all catch up as far as where I've been, you know, in our last season, I mentioned at the beginning of it that we were praying and looking for a home. And if you are in America, because I'm speaking this, because eventually our viewers are not going to be in America, they're going to be everywhere, global. But, anyways, if you've been in America, you definitely know what is going on. Inflation is crazy.
Yeah.
Houses that were literally 150 are now literally like $300,000.
Ridiculous.
So interest rates are super duper high. So banks were literally giving you a loan. Your interest rate was like well above 10%. So it was just not a buyer's market, if you will. So we did not purchase house, but we did move to a different place. We love this neighborhood. It's way quieter, more family oriented. So we like it over here. And we're still though in the central Florida area. But that's really been like the craziest thing that happened is like us moving. And moving is such a headache. It's just hate that.
No
Um,
words.
yeah. But baby girl is growing up beautifully.
Yes.
Our dear sweet Aria. If you follow me on social media, you will see her every once in a while because I do post her. I don't post her all the time because it's a lot of weirdos out here. Um,
Facts.
but I do post her so people can see her growing. She's growing beautifully, and she loves
Yes.
to sing, loves to dance. She's in dance. Um, she is she's just the light of our lives, to be quite
Yeah.
honest. Yep. And still being a wife out here to my husband, Dexter, if you all know who that is, if you're not following him, he's also a podcaster, Fresh Start TV
Yeah.
and co. But that's been about it. Getting back to semi regular, I don't think we'll ever be back pre-COVID lifestyle, but getting back to, somewhat semi-normalcy is really what this last year has kind of been, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And you?
Yeah. Well,
Let the people know.
as the saints can see in the background, I moved as well.
Yes. We happy for your move.
Don't start. Ah,
God is good.
yeah, he's good now. He's good. He's making waves. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I moved from North Florida to Central Florida, so I'm closer to my friend.
Now, don't ask, have I been over there yet?
Don't ask. The devil is busy, okay?
Just
You know,
stupid stuff.
but
But
he's
you also
defeated.
did just move too.
Yeah, it's officially 4 weeks, a month
Isn't
today.
that crazy?
Yes.
Goodness gracious, time just
I'm
zoomed.
like, what in God's name?
Time is waiting on
I
no man.
I feel like I just creeped in here real good. And then my sister visited me over the weekend and she was like, Girl, well, you got stuff put up. I'm like, yeah, yeah. That's why I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
My Jesus. That's why I was like, January is not January. It's not like I'm gonna start off the year with my goals and do all the things. No, we're gonna do that in February and beyond. Yeah. So January was definitely putting stuff up, gathering my life together because I also started school again last semester. So, trying to juggle school and moving and all the things were a lot. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I've been up to, which is a lot.
It
Like you
is
said, moving is a whole headache.
literally physically headache. It's
Mm-hmm.
mentally a headache. It's just too much sometimes. At least you
Yeah.
were only moving just you as one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving a whole home. Because I said next time we move, we stand. We stand. we are staying. Listen. Ooh,
Listen.
child. But yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's kind of like if we move again, I'm saying we, me. If we move again, me and the Lord, we're getting movers.
that's what we said too. We're not playing this game.
Listen,
Mm-mm.
I refuse to carry another piece of furniture. I can't.
Whew.
That was a
Yeah.
lot.
I think we both probably was thinking, oh, we don't move before. But we have
Yeah.
forgotten it's been a while since we moved,
Oh
literally like
yeah.
five, 5 or 6 years since the
Yeah.
last time we moved, baby. Ooh, the back, elbow, knee. I literally was sick for a whole day after we moved. I I was physically, I could not get up. It's almost
Yeah.
like I had the flu.
Yes. And then
So I
people
told
had the nerve to ask me, "Oh, did you go to church on Sunday?" Because I moved on that Friday before New
yeah,
Year's. And so they were like, "Where did you go to church?" Go to church. What do you mean?
the church need to come to me because I'm about to be in the infirmary, baby. Because listen,
Listen,
check
I'm
on
like,
the sick and the shut in.
go to
That's
church
me.
where? Jesus know where I'm at. He knew exactly where I
Yeah,
was.
you was the sick and the shut in.
Listen, he knew, yes, he knew what condition I was in, and he was all right with it. Mm-hmm.
Uh, oh my goodness. Well, so you guys heard all about us, where we've been at, what we've been up to. Please let us know what you all have been up to. We did
Yeah.
miss you. Some of you have been letting us know. Some of
Mm-hmm.
you have some big things coming up. I'm not going to tell our viewers business, but we see you guys when
Yeah.
what you guys got going on. Some of you are doing some beautiful things. Some of you have some beautiful stages in life coming up. So, and we're here for all of it. We're here for everything, the
Yeah.
good, the bad, and the ugly. We want to know about it. So let us know at Coffee and Jesus Pod on IG. You can message us or you can post, whichever you feel comfortable with, as well as if you want to message us individually. My handle is at the essence of tea underscore. Don't have
All
me lying
right.
to y'all. I don't even be on Instagram like that. That's bad. But yeah. And
No, on
then
TikTok.
Courtney. Yeah,
It
we're on
is
TikTok.
Courtney's Clarity.
You had to think about yours
Yeah, girl,
too.
yeah, I had to think about it. It's crazy.
Listen, the Saints don't be on Instagram like that. We did a friend fast at the beginning of
Yeah.
this year. So and then I did a family fast with my husband. And then I'm probably gonna go on another fast because listen, this is gonna be for another conversation. But if you don't fast and pray to start your year off or fast and pray to end your year off, I encourage you to do so. I encourage
Listen,
you to fast and pray in general in your walk with God.
all year
But
long.
a a part of that was being not on social media, so I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, but anywho,
I've definitely regained all of the time that my phone tells me that I wasn't on social
hmm
media. I regained
hmm
it all in the past 2 weeks.
yes, reclaiming my time.
I'm reclaiming my time. Yeah, I
We
definitely
love
did that.
that.
Yeah.
We love that. But while we have been out here and observing and seeing, um, we stumbled into a topic of a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even know if I should let her tell her story, but I'm gonna let her do it. It's okay because we're amongst friends here.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. Okay. So I had sent Talisha this wonderful, TikTok kind of explaining where I was, in my mind of dating and things of that nature and like, how I see myself versus how people see me kind of thing. And this girl had the nerve, the audacity to say that, yeah, but you also got to stop making yourself small. And I was like, me? A whole me? I make myself small? That's impossible. But then I was like, you know what? She's right. I gotta suck it up.
Yeah,
I gotta suck it
yeah,
up. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
I was a little taken aback. I was
It's
caught off
okay.
guard. Okay.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, you got me. You got me good. But because of that, it's just like how many of us do that, you
Mhm.
know? Because like in that moment, I'm like, dang, Talisha really be gathering me together. Like I really gotta stop doing that. Like, and it's like you have to see yourself in this certain light. Like, we always talk about, see yourself the way God sees you. And that is this wonderful big thing, right? But because we are like, well, I gotta remain humble and meek and lowly and can't think of myself too much and mixed in, sprinkle in a little bit of insecurity, a little hurt from past situations, and you just like, what am I all that? I don't know. But you are.
It- you are, you are,
I am.
you are, you are. Um, you know, also too, I want y'all to buckle up because this season, if I bring in, I do not believe in gender war. It's something that men have made up just to pretend like it's like women are fighting back against them. But
First of
it
all, you're not that
is,
important.
oh, don't even get me started. Honestly, men, once again, I'm gonna hold off. But I don't want if see when I say these things, if you're a man, this will not bother you. If you're a boy, you will be offended. Take that and run with it, okay? Now, when I say this, I feel like in making yourself small, all of those things are valid. I also feel like it's ingrained into women to make ourselves small. We,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you don't want to be too loud. You don't want
Yeah.
to be too boisterous. You should be, you should be meek.
Mm-hmm.
You should be humble. A submissive woman is going
Mm.
to be quiet. And it's all of these things
Yeah.
that are misogynistic and they're ingrained into our brain. And then we feel as women, we should make ourselves small. We
Mm.
should shrink back and we should be humble. But you can be beautiful and be humble.
Yeah.
And then even when like you can give a woman a compliment and women tend to be like, "Oh my god, stop it. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. I'm oh it's okay to be like, "Thank you. Thank you so much."
Yeah.
Like we try to minimize what the compliment is, but girl, if your hair look good, your hair look good. If
But
you're
you did
serving,
that
you're
before we started this
serving.
podcast.
Huh? Why you getting loud with me on camera? That's crazy.
You just did it though.
It's a force of habit. See, it, it's ingrained in us. Like I said, she did. She said that I look real pretty, and I was like, I guess, personally, it wasn't because I didn't think I looked pretty. I
Yeah.
think I look okay. I think I have looked better, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. Okay. So I'm just saying that I feel a lot of times that some of it is just because of misogyny and male chauvinism it's what hmm, the standard of women don't even realize this, but a lot of how we act, a lot of our internalized thoughts are because of what the system is.
Mm-hmm.
And the system is based off of men and what they like and what they want. But
Yeah.
some of the things that we like and we want for ourselves, they're not bad. They're just not internalized misogyny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we need to stop making ourselves small, especially with other women. Why are you making yourself small in a room full of other women who we all should be
Mm.
empowered just from the simple fact of you're a beautiful, intelligent woman. I'm a beautiful, intelligent woman. She's a beautiful, intelligent woman. And it's okay that now I'm going to say this in a nice way. You know how people say not all men? Yeah, I'm rooting for women, but not all women. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that now because I'm not rooting for all of y'all. Some of
Yeah.
y'all are airheads, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. Some of y'all are still fighting with pushing misogyny, but in literally like you are forcing other women to dim their light down as a woman, um, or women who don't stand with women of color.
Yeah.
Like I can go on and on about that. That's
Yeah.
not what we're here for today. But um so I'm saying that I feel a part of us as women making ourselves smaller has something to do with just ingrained into us some misogynistic things.
Yeah.
So
I also think like when like what you were saying, we do it when we're among other women. Like a lot of times it's also a case of I can feel your insecurity when I'm
mhm
around you. And so like to make you comfortable, I'm gonna like dim myself a little bit
mhm
because I don't want to make you feel more
right
anxious or insecure.
mhm
Because I've been in those types of situations where like I really wanted to like boast about something good that I did or something that happened. I'm like, dang,
mhm
but I recognize what type of situation they're in. So let me pull that down a little bit and
mhm
then go to somebody else that I can really, hype that up with. Um, but it's just interesting because like everything you're saying about the misogynistic view of it and like in that being the background or the reason for why we do that to ourselves, it just reminded me of like late relationships I've been in the past where I purposely, or really not even purposely, sometimes subconsciously, just like dimmed myself, brought down my personality. You know how I am. Okay. I'm a goofball on occasion, on a lot of occasions. Okay.
I'm not breathing and sighing heavily because of you. I'm sighing because of what you're saying.
Yeah. Don't freak out. It's okay. Don't yell at me yet. But
I'm not
it's
yelling at you. I'm yelling at them internally.
yeah. Yeah. But it's like, I that's my personality. Like I make random songs. I burst out in song at any given time.
This is all true.
I shimmy. Shimmy is my, go-to dance. Okay.
Yep.
Um
hmm
all
It
these
is.
things, but I noticed that in past relationships that part of me did not really come through because I wanted to be this perfect version of what I thought, girlfriend should be and all these different things, or like, the type of person that I thought they wanted and stuff like that. So it's very interesting how, that whole thing about making yourself small is just, I've been doing that for
Yeah.
a
I feel
long
like
time.
us as women, we just do it. I did it when I was first, like in the beginning of our marriage. I realized I was doing it when we were dating, especially when I
Mm-hmm.
was being introduced to his family
Yeah.
and his church family. And I realized that women, um, in that particular organization are not very forefront in the ministry. You
Yeah,
can be
yeah,
a
yeah.
first lady,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can be cute, but that's about it. You can either be cute or you can be a first lady. It's really nothing else you can be outside of that. And I was like, that's kind
Mm,
of weird.
yeah.
That's like, where does that leave? Well, yeah, wait, what do women do over here?
Mm,
And we see it a lot in church, like
yeah.
just in general. Women tend to make themselves small. They reduce themselves down to just being a quote unquote prayer warrior. Now, granted, I am not taking away anything from women that are prayer warriors at all. That is beautiful. That is, we love it. You are literally the backbone of the church sometimes. Let's be for real. But at the same time, like women sometimes will just reduce themselves to
Yeah.
that, to just being that, making themselves smaller. So I can do this, but they know that God has called them beyond that.
Yeah. And it's
And
crazy because,
crazy.
like, if we accepted our full personality and accepted all that God has called us to, because, okay, I'm in ministry in some form or fashion.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You
Come on, missionary.
don't talk about that. You, okay, have giftedness all in you. You're in ministry, okay? And we don't give everything that we have. Even when I'm singing, I don't give all that I have. And I think it's because we feel like, oh, I don't want to be seen as,
Mm-hmm.
arrogant,
Yep.
boisterous,
Mm-hmm.
prideful, all of these things that, people are,
But why
who
don't we
have
say those things
mics.
about men? Why do we not say those same things about men? Men who sing and preach and all, they are very arrogant. And then
Very.
they're very arrogant and they're very aloof too when you try to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they are
Nothing
it's
vexes me more than a praise and worship leader who's a man who runs you from A to Z 50 million times in a song. Give me the words. What
it's
are you
chicanery
saying?
and deplorable. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
musicians like
Carrying on.
carrying, just carrying. So, but no one says that about them.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh, he did his good singing today. He did his good preaching today."
Ooh, don't they say it?
I
But
was
ain't talked about it.
highly
What did he say?
unmoved.
What did he say?
Nothing. He nothing. They never do.
My God, today.
But I like, women in general, I just feel across the board in every facet of life, in every different space that we take up,
Mm-hmm.
we don't take up the space. Now,
Yeah.
the reason why I was saying this to CJ is because of it was really in the dating aspect. And I was like, well, if you are going to go out, how are men supposed to see you and you hiding behind me? Like,
Hold
I'm
on. Wait.
married.
Wait. Wait. Before you say that, I just want to say, if we tap into operating in our full personality and our full giftedness, this is for you, woman of God. If we tap into that, God gets full glory. We give God the opportunity to get his full glory. We cannot say we want to leave here empty if we do not step into all of our self, all that he made us to be, and use that to really push the agenda of the kingdom. Okay, back to what you were saying.
Prophesy in the middle of the podcast.
Just had to say it.
What are we doing? This is coffee and Jesus, and it's different. So y'all be ready. So, but that was all valid. That was all valid. I won't take anything away from that. Mm, but I mean, so you done threw me off now.
Okay, we were dating. We were dating, and now
Yeah,
you want me
in
to hide
dating.
behind you.
Yeah, like how are you supposed to? Somebody gonna find you and you hiding behind me? I'm married. I don't need nobody looking at me.
But they're
Only person who
looking.
need to look at me is my. We ain't gonna talk about that. We gotta shut the devil down. Just
Listen,
shut
listen,
that down.
because Talisha had a whole man in my DMs because I posted her for her birthday. And this man, I almost said something else. This man thought I was her. And he was going hard in the DMs. I was like, hey,
Lame.
listen, I'm not her. Okay, that's my
You
best
should have
friend.
just
She's
told them you
married.
were. You
Absolutely
should have
not.
told them.
Absolutely not. I said, sir, that's my best friend and she's married. He was like, oh no, I thought that was you. No, it's not. Did you even click the profile? Did you see? Did you connect? You did not? I know. I figured it. Mm-hmm.
Let's leave it there. Just say that and leave it there, because like
Gonna leave it there. But
we're
there,
we're not talking about that, anyways. But because my dad told me this a long time
mm-hmm.
ago, because I used to try to hide and I was hiding in my house. I was hiding, hiding, hiding. I was like, I'm not doing this. And then he told me, he said, well, the Bible says he who findeth a wife, how are you going to be found? Are you trying to be found? Are you findable? So in order to be found, you have to take up some sort of space.
Yeah.
And even in our calling, in order for you to, like you said, exercise your full potential in God, you have to take up space.
Yeah.
And it's not even when people think about when you say taking up space, I think sometimes people think that has to be in a grand gesture. And that's not the case. Taking up space literally can mean like when you walk into a restaurant, your head is level. You are scanning, you look confident, you look like you know where you're going, you look like you know what you're doing. You just took up space because people now are looking at you looking like you know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You're literally shaking in your boots. They don't know that. You go into a space though, your head down, you in your phone, you shuffling your feet, you don't want to make eye contact with anybody. Now, guess what you're doing? You're making yourself smaller. You're
Yeah.
making yourself invisible. Same thing when we do in church, because like I said, we make ourselves small in every facet of life, us as
Yeah.
women. For you, like you said, if you're gonna sing praise and worship, sing praise and worship. If you're gonna lead the people out, lead the people out. You have a beautiful voice. My friend has a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
And I like to hear you sing. I got quite used to it because you did it all the time. Not your Baptist grandma voice, though. Not that one.
Don't do her like that.
Not that one. But, and when you sing, like you said, and operating in our gift and our calling, then God gets the full glory.
Yeah.
When we are singing like we're scared and we're saying like we're confident, or when we're praying, or when we are doing the exalting, whatever it is that your name is on the program for that at that time, or even when they ask you to do it and you're still up there saying, well, so and so is more qualified and they're far more ready and blah 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 blah, and we giving all these reasons and we hyping everybody up and we pushing everybody forward, and we still slinking back for what?
Listen, the Bible says prefer ye one another. But you got to prefer the saints, over yourself. I will do that all the time.
Uh, but also the Bible says when he called Moses to do
Yikes.
something, and Moses was giving all the excuse, I'm not eloquent of speech. I can't. I. God said, I didn't ask you that.
We're not talking about that.
We're gonna talk about it. God said, I didn't ask you any of that. Oh, you can't talk? Well, I'm gonna send somebody with you. Okay, so every excuse you got, God has one that's gonna one up you. He's got,
Yeah.
oh, you can't do this? Well, we can do this.
Yeah.
So while you trying to once again make yourself small, That's almost like saying, "Oh God, this gift you put in me, yeah, I don't really want to use it. I mean, I can, but I really don't want to." God is not asking you what He can do with His gift.
Yeah.
It's not yours, anyways. It's
Yeah.
not yours. It's to the glory of God. Like you said, it's to the glory of God. It's
Yeah.
to the edification of His people.
Yeah.
So I
Cool. And
guess,
the people
you
need to be
know,
edified these days. My God.
we'll talk about that too. But I mean, my black bottom line, if you will, is women, if this is you as a man too, if this is you and this has resonated in your spirit as well, because, like I said, Moses was very much so a man. And he tried to give all the excuses too for why he needed to make himself small because he didn't want to go, and if he wouldn't have done what he was supposed to do, how long would them people stayed in Egypt?
My God. My God. Wow.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's on a grander scale, but how many people you got held up in Egypt right now?
Mm. You're yelling at me. You're yelling
I
very
think
loudly.
I'm yelling at all of us. I yelled at me, the mirrors that I'm looking at myself. I'm yelling at everybody who's listening to this because
My
I'm
God.
pretty sure it's a lot of us out here who are still sitting down on our gifts, or we are just doing just enough to
Mm.
say that we're doing something.
Oh, you're yelling. Oh, yes, you are.
I mean, me doing this podcast is me saying I'm doing just enough to say I'm
Mm.
doing something. But
Mm.
so
Do it, inner God. Do it for it right now.
anyhow,
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to see my friend become a pastor.
whoa,
It's just a dream of mine. It's a hope and a prayer.
yeah, take it
You
to
know,
God.
listen, very few people have a heart for God's people, you know, and are humble and genuine and actually care, are concerned. Come on now. Trying to
Anyhow,
live upright. Ain't worried about getting a coin.
doing trying to. I'm trying to do my best
You
every
know,
day.
I
Just
see it
fight.
in you. I'm gonna keep speaking it until it comes to pass.
Anyways, anyhow,
But yes, 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 yes. People of God, come on up a little higher, is what she's saying.
but also too, you made a valid point as well about things that we're holding on to that make us small. Our
Yeah,
hurt, our past relationships, inadequacies that we've made up in our minds.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. The Bible speaks a lot about walking in authority and accepting godly confidence and coming boldly before the throne of God and
mm-hmm.
all these things. And it's like it wouldn't have been included if it wasn't necessary. So if we are going to accept one part of the word, we need to accept all of it. As my bishop likes to say all the time, you got to eat the whole roll. Okay, you can't
Mm-hmm.
leave pieces of it that you don't want to take. You got to eat the whole thing, and you got to just swallow it down and let it settle in there and do some work. Okay, so yeah, we have to
Ooh.
accept that God is calling us to be bold, to be confident, and to just walk in the fullness of him and in the fullness of who he's created us to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whew. Well, this was a
We
great
like to
therapy
jump
session.
in. Right. We like to jump in fast. Just we're just giving it to y'all straight. First
Seriously.
episode already out the gate. Crazy.
Yeah.
Catch
Well, we hope you guys have been blessed. Welcome back.
us. Welcome back.
You know,
Yes.
yeah.
Find us on all of the platforms. Okay, we're on Google,
Mm-hmm.
Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us at Coffee and Jesus Pod on IG. and, connect with us. Let us know what you think about this episode. Let us know how you feel. What is it that God has called you to do that you are not doing?
Yeah.
That you're holding on to. We all are a support group. We're helpers one to another.
Yeah, that's good.
So we're here for you. You're here for us. We love it.
Yeah.
Until next time, be blessed.